Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV. Forgot to put myself in the shot. How you doing, guys? How you doing? Hey, I tell you what, City just beaten West Ham by 3-1 at the London Stadium. I'll tell you about my day. Woo, woo. I had a gig in Wolverhampton, no less. Wolverhampton, and actually, I was a bit worried about the traffic because Liverpool were playing against Wolves today. And I was on the way down and Liverpool were losing. So I arrived at my gig. It was halftime. Liverpool were losing to Wolves by 1-0. Happy days. An hour later, finished the gig. Liverpool had beaten Wolves by 3 goals. So 3-1. Happy days gone. Anyway, so I'm driving back up to Manchester. Hey, Quejo, another win, absolutely. So I'm driving back up to Manchester and listened to the game on the radio. I stopped at some services to watch a little bit of the game on my phone. And as I was watching the game on my phone, I'm blooming at West Ham go ahead and score. Really, really poor defensively from City, in my opinion. Then, I got back on the road and watched a bit, listened to a bit. And got home just before the game was over. Hey, Blue Moon, yeah, Doku was very, very good. And Jack, what are you going to do now, Jack? I said for 2 seasons, I said Grealish has to up his game. And too many fans were blowing smoke up his backside and telling us he was brilliant. And for me, he's getting a 6.5 for last season. He weren't out of this world. What Doku's done, he showed, I said it after the first game, he showed that he can skin his man. Now, he just has to improve other elements of his game. Yeah, he scored a cracking goal. Jack doesn't score that. Jack needs more space and time. Anyway, we'll come on to that. But, so yeah, so I got back, obviously, that. And what I want to do before we get into the game itself, I just want to go over the results and I'll start off by saying anybody new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. We're almost at 8,000 subscribers. Let's get to 10,000 subscribers before Christmas, guys. That would be awesome. I'm just going to go through the results from today. So we have, I can't believe this. When it went into injury time, Spurs were losing at home to Sheffield United. It's turned what could have been a fantastic day. All right, some of it's still fantastic. Anyway, Wolves 1, Liverpool 3, Aston Villa 3, Crystal Palace 1, Fulham 1, Luton 0, Man United 1, Brighton 3, Spurs 2, Sheffield United 1, West Ham 1, Man City 3. Really, let's talk about those results first. Wolves were 1-0 up at half-time. They managed to lose that. Palace were 1-0 up against Villa. I know they scored a goal in injury time. They scored, I think the winner was quite late as well. Fulham beat Luton. United got battered by Brighton. I don't know how Spurs come back to beat Sheffield United. They had 12 minutes of injury time. And as they went into injury time, I'm sure Sheffield United were still winning. Obviously, City have won. So that's what we're going to focus on. What does Pep will have I think what you mean, Abu says, well, Pep will have an excuse. No, Doku's not going to the right wing. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about today. Enforced changes, obviously, John Stones was injured. Well, he weren't a change. He's not been available all season. So Johnny Stones was not around. Aki was dropped. Guardiola came in. So, yeah, obviously, KDB's out long-term. Johnny Stones was out. Grealish was out. It weren't great having all these players out, but and then Kovacic was out, so we'd had to change things around. I know some people said Nunes would start, and I thought no chance. It's got to be the Doku. It's got to be Doku, and Doku and Foden started. Alvarez and Haaland. So that was obviously I was very pleased to see Doku starting again. Let's pull it up from the BBC so get the lineups. Okay, so we started off with obviously Edison in goal, Walker, Akanji, Diaz, Gvardiol, Rodri, Bernardo Silva was there, Foden, Alvarez, Doku, and Haaland. BBC are saying Bernardo was playing alongside Rodri. I think we're quite fluid. Doku is staying out on the left, but I think other Alvarez can move around, Foden can move around, Bernardo Silva can move around. So I'm not massively worried about that. Few important things. Okay, for me, Haaland. I said it before, and I'll say it again. He's not clinical enough at times. Look at this game. We were losing 1-0 at half-time. Haaland had an easy tap-in. He put it wide. An easy tap-in. Another one from a Doku cross. He fluffed it. He mishit it. And that kind of missed opportunity, obviously, it's not great because you're not scoring. You're not clinical. That's an issue. Huge issue that you're not clinical. Because people will turn around and say, oh, Haaland got a goal. He got an assist. That's all that matters. Or he got a goal. Sorry, maybe not an assist, but he got a goal. Okay. And people will focus on that. He got his goal. They're looking at it. He's played 5 games. He's scored 7 goals. What do you want? What do you want? But here's the thing. Maybe without that bit of Doku magic, we don't win this game. Yeah, Haaland was poor. Absolutely right. He still scored. But let's be honest, the goal was on a plate for him. Bernardo did all the hard work. He drew the defenders, passed it at the right time. Haaland took 2 touches, possibly the second one he didn't need. He's lacking in confidence, I think, with that one. Why did he take that second touch? And then he slammed it home. But the 2 chances he missed, if he scores from the Doku pass, that elevates Doku's confidence because, hey, he's got an assist so quickly in his career at City. He's on the goals and assists, okay? That would have been fantastic. Obviously, the goal that he scored was fantastic. But Haaland, you cannot go around missing gilt-edged chances. You can't do it. Simple as that. So that was disappointing that Haaland missed those 2 really good chances early on. The West Ham goal, yeah, I was disappointed with that. Doku missed control, or his control wasn't good enough. Was it Soufal got in? Anyway, he got past him, went down the line. Doku should have busted a gut. Now, Doku's probably looking at it and saying, the guy's coming in. We've got 5 men around the box. We're all right. No. You make it your job, your priority, your responsibility to make up for your mistake. And even if it was somebody else's mistake, you bust a gut to get back. Now, I think, no, I don't think. I'm sure if Doku had put on his afterburners, he would have caught the Soufal, can't remember his name. How do you say it? He would have caught him. If he'd put his foot down, he'd have caught him. And then we had 2-on-2, and we end up with 2 defenders marking the near post and Ward-Prowse on his own on the penalty spot or wherever to head it past Edison. That was really pathetic. And 2 of the defenders, players coming back, but not busting a gut. I always say, bust a gut. Someone had busted a gut. Maybe they'd have put pressure on Ward-Prowse. Maybe they got there in time. I don't know. I think Doku should have done better. I'm disappointed with that. But he'll learn. So Doku will learn. I said, certainly, go back and watch my videos. I said that Doku is going to put pressure on Grealish, and he's going to push Grealish out the side. Yeah, all he has to do is be consistent and learn what Pep teaches him. Now, what advantages Jack still has over Doku is I think Jack does the defensive side of things a little bit better, or the negative side of things. But what Doku's got, which Jack hasn't got, he's got this ability to whip past defenders. We saw Soufal getting skinned a few times in that game. The goal Doku scored, okay, he just cut inside a little bit and bang, he shot, and it was in the back of the net. Now, unfortunately for Jack Grealish, what he does, he kicks it against defenders. He wants more touches. He wants to cut across a bit more. His shots and crosses hit defenders a lot of the time, or he passes back. Doku has shown that with a little bit of flair, a little bit of guile, he can get past players easily. And he's got the pace to burn as well. So he's got the pace added to that little bit of trickery. And sorry, Jack doesn't do that. Jack's got a bit of trickery. He's got the guile, but he hasn't got the pace. And maybe it's early in Doku's career. Maybe Pep will train that out of him. He'll coach this attacking instinct out of him. But for now, Doku was huge difference to this game. Him and Bernardo Silva, fantastic. I think Foden had some good moments, but he got taken off in the second half. Bernardo Silva scored our second goal, nicely taken. And he set up Haaland for our third goal. Nice. I mean, I know you said, Alec, that Haaland was poor and still scored, but that goal, if it wasn't for Bernardo Silva, Haaland doesn't get the opportunity so well, and I don't think he scores. And even then, I'll repeat, I don't think he controlled it very well. He took 2 touches instead of 1, and then he slammed it in. Got to give huge credit to West Ham. They did it again. They played that defensive brand of football. 37% possession in that first half. Boringly defensive, frustrating brand of football. But for them, it's effective. It is effective for West Ham and for what they do. So for that, you can't argue with them. That's their first loss of the season. Obviously, we've maintained our 100% start to the season. Fantastic. 100% record. 5 wins out of 5 games. 15 points out of 15. So, but as I said, give a lot of credit to West Ham because they did what they planned to do. And it was only later on, obviously, that we took the game away from them, although we did have chances. But the way West Ham was set up, the way they planned to play, was you need a little bit of luck. You need to work blooming hard, and you need that little bit of luck. And West Ham worked blooming hard, and in the first half, they had that bit of luck. Okay? But eventually, class told. Cream rises to the top. Gave the keeper, Areola, bundles of credit as well. Bundles of credit, because I think he made 10, 11, 12 saves. Some of them were easy, but he'd made a lot of saves. Ederson made a superb save from Kurt Zuma from an header. It looked superb. I need to see that a couple more times just to see whether it was one of these... saves for TV, saves for the camera. But I think it was a cracking save. If that was Joe Hart, would have been jumping up and down about it. Yeah, West Ham played well, but City showed the class. City were a whole machine, cracking side. We do what we do. And we did it well, but as I said, Haaland takes those 2 chances. It's a different ball game, and we take it easy. I think. Guys, anybody new to the channel, we've got 15 people watching. Give us a thumbs up. Guys, please give us a thumbs up. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. And obviously, subscribe to the channel. Please go and look at some of the videos we've done this week. If you get a little bit of time, or maybe you don't want to go and watch the West Ham previews again, but we did a couple of West Ham previews. They came out yesterday. And hopefully, Bernard's back from his holidays. I think tomorrow or Monday, Bernard's back. So hopefully I'll do some videos with Bernard. Obviously, we've got the game against, was it Red Star Belgrade on, I think, on Tuesday. So we'll get you some videos for that. So guys, please, if you can, go and watch some of the old videos, especially if you're new to the channel. Go and look at some of the finance videos we've done. Loads and loads of stuff on City over the last few weeks. Right, guys, any more? Let's get some comments in. I've got about 10 minutes. I've got to go out and do some shopping. I've got to take some back to B&Q. I've got another gig tomorrow, so I've got this crate to put a lot of my equipment in, and that's the handle's not working, so I want to set that back. I want to do it tonight. Wow, I needed a drink. So yeah, summary. It's in the end a good win for City. At half time, it looked like it could have been one of those games that frustrate us, and that would. I remember someone before the game saying they'd be happy with the draw. Half time, I tell you what, I'd have been happy with the draw at half time, losing 1-0. But you got to also remember, look at the players that we haven't got, and you can't forget that Kovacic has been an ever-present. He was out. KDB, one of, if not the best, but one of the best players in the world right now. Johnny Stones. So you got 3 top players missing. And we put that kind of performance in. I mean, Johnny Stones is a first teamer. KDB, another first teamer. Kovacic now first teamer. So we've got 3 first team players missing. And we put that performance in. It's fantastic, guys. It really, really is. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are about City's start to the season. Let me know what you think about who our main challengers will be this season. I mean, Spurs, they turned it round. Spurs turned it round. I can't believe that. Liverpool twice now have turned it round against Newcastle and against Wolves today. Brighton back in the top 4. I mean, Brighton have done well. They lost that game to Newcastle at the start of the season, and they've turned it around. I mean, Arsenal, obviously, even if they win, it won't guarantee them going up much in the table because Tottenham and Liverpool have got a much better goal difference. I mean, ours is plus 11 after 5 games. Spurs is plus 8. Liverpool's plus 8. Brighton's plus 8. Arsenal's on plus 4. West Ham are still in the top 6. Villa won today, so they creep into the top 7. 3 wins and 2 losses. I think they might have an up and down season, but they've done all right. United sitting there in 12th. Goal difference -4. This 10 Bob, no, he's another fraud. It might as well be Ralph Rangnick. Luton look like they're in trouble on 0 points. Sheffield United, after gutsing it to a 1-0 lead against Spurs, have gone off and lost the game. They're going to be in trouble for the rest of the season. Everton, I've got Everton to go down. Everton, Sheffield United and Luton. I think Burnley will escape, but throwing in results like they've done today, Sheffield United, they had to win that game or to get something out of that game. It's the way they threw it away in the last few minutes is terrible. It's going to be very bad for morale. Confidence is going to be low. Alex says we've so many players out still unbeaten. Oh yeah, absolutely, you've got to be happy. We've lost. It's not just the players who are out. We've lost Gundogan as well. Gundogan's gone. We've got no Gundogan. We've got no Mahrez. Cancelo's a blessing to lose him, but we've got no Gundogan, no Mahrez. KDB was out injured. Johnny Stones is out injured. Yeah, and Kovacic injured. So you look at that and you say, it's a pretty good result. You can't argue with it. It's a good result for City. 3 points, however you get them, it doesn't matter. You have to get those 3 points. We've done it again. Very, very happy to get to get the 3 points in the bag. Hope Rags get stuffed by Luton. Oh, is that their next game, mate? that would be awesome. It really, really would. Man United, they're in trouble. Man United are in big, big trouble. They're in disarray. They've had the problems with Anthony, the problems with Mason Greenwood, the problems with Jadon Sancho. I heard that Martial come on, was subbed on, and he got there was a lot of booing around the ground. This is Man United's fixtures, and this is why they've got to be scared. Bayern Munich away on Wednesday. They could get pummeled, absolutely pummeled. I mean, Harry Kane's got 4 in 4 for Bayern Munich. So playing against Bayern Munich. Then they play Burnley away from home on Saturday. Burnley away from home. Then Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup. They play that at home. Then at home, 4 days later, Palace in the league. Palace don't give too much away. They don't give many goals away. So that might be tough for them as well. So I think they've got a lot of problems, which is great. I mean, I don't feel sorry for them. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a plonker and a half, he is. He really is. Right, guys, I'm going to wind down. If you've got anything else to say, please get it out there. If you want to help push the channel, you gotta get involved, guys. Got to have some comments down there. I've got to have so if you want particular videos, give us some suggestions at some point. Give us some suggestions and ideas about what you want to see. But if you're happy with what the content we're putting out, as much as we can, put out as much as we can. You know, you got to work as well. Hey, Andy, hope you're well. Doku gives. He doesn't give Pep problems. He gives He gives Pep solutions. He's giving Pep a solution. He's given Pep a solution to creativity. He's added blistering pace. He's added trickery, and in only his second game for City, his second start, he's got a goal. He's got a goal straight away. Grealish, tough titty. I've said this before. You know, he's going to have to be on the bench. He's going to have to learn. He's going to have to step up. I said the minimum Doku would do would challenge Jack Grealish and push Jack Grealish to be better. He's already, after 2 games, surpassed Jack Grealish's level. Now, it's going to be tough for Grealish to get back. He's going to have to up his game. He's going to have to do what he wasn't doing for far too often last season. He will have to deliver. And he's going to have to deliver big time. Doku's delivering. The other person who's going to have to step up, I think, are the 2 players, possibly, Alvarez and Foden. They'll both have to keep stepping up. Now, Foden, from the bits and pieces I saw today, looked all right. But if Doku is going to play at this level, if Pep ever wants Grealish to come back, I would say he wants to put Grealish on the left, Doku on the right. Okay? That leaves only one spot. If Kovacic and Bernardo want to play, where does Foden play? It's going to be Foden's got to keep fighting for his place. But for me, Doku on the left all day long. I don't mind. This is how I'd look at it right now. I'd have Doku on the left. I'd have Kovacic and Bernardo in the middle, or Kovacic in the middle with Foden and Bernardo on the right. I wouldn't be playing Alvarez. That's the person I would drop, because it's either Foden or Alvarez for me. Kovacic plays when he's fit. Bernardo plays when he's fit. Doku plays when he's fit. Haaland plays when he's fit. Rodri plays when he's fit. Unless you're playing 3 at the back, that leaves you just one more position. One more player, and that's either Grealish, Foden, or Alvarez. They're going to have to go and fight it out, duke it out. They're going to have to fight it out for that last spot in the side, and which is good. It's what you want. You want competition. You want players fighting. You want players fighting over that spot to get in the side, getting that first 11, which would be great, because if you've got all these players already fighting, when you bring KDB back, should take us to another level. When you bring John Stones back, takes us to another level. Can you imagine John Stones, Ruben Diaz, Guardiola as your back 3? Wow. It's exciting. Andy says that was a Premier winning display in the second half, but Liverpool and Spurs that also matched it. But long term, I think City were miles ahead. Yeah, look. Excuse me. We don't know where Spurs and Liverpool are. We kind of know where City are because we are consistent. We don't know if what Spurs are doing right now is a bit of luck. But I think they've got some mentality there to come back and beat Sheffield United. Okay? And Liverpool have got some mentality because they've come back and beat Wolves. They've come back with 10 men and beat Newcastle. So we don't know how consistent they're going to be. It could so easily, honestly, it could so easily have been that Liverpool could have lost 2 games this season. They could be 6 points worse off than what they are. So easily. It's true. Liverpool could be 6 points worse off than what they are right now. And if they were 6 points worse off, they'd be miles away from us. They'd be 8 points away from us instead of 2. So Spurs could have got a draw today. Oh, yeah, Andy, I don't think he's a mug at all, Ange Postecoglou. And United, I'll throw them in, okay? They sat there in 12th spot, okay? Languishing. Absolutely languishing, okay? Now, they sat there with 6 points and they jammed 2 points, extra 2 points against Wolves because they that was a con. If they'd lost those 2 points, they'd be sat on 4 points. They'd be sat in 13th spot. So United have been lucky this season to get as many points as they have. It's fantastic. It's fantastic to see them struggle. But I think I heard something on the radio today. They said players were saying that they hate playing Brighton more than City because Brighton are, and even City hate playing Brighton because Brighton has so much of the ball. 10 Bob Note, mate. 10 Bob Note. Ten Hag. He's absolutely, he's a fraud. I'll tell you what, it's going to be so funny. All those United fans, I bet you Ahausen and the others were lauding Ten Hag for what he did last season, the players they've got this season, and what he's going to do and how much they're going to challenge. And they're just as awful as they were before. Give it to Giggsy for the rest of the season. Or, start, Ollie's in the driving seat. Start the car. He's not very good. And the amounts of money he spent, 8 million on Anthony, I'm not having that. Not having that at all. I think he's wasted a lot of money. They're going to be lucky to get. Well, I can't see that right now. I can't see that getting top 4. I think City, Spurs, Liverpool, Brighton, and Arsenal will be the teams fighting for top 4. Can't see really Chelsea unless they suddenly turn the switch on, and I can't see it challenging for top 4. I mean, they're already 8 points off, all right, game in hand, but they're 8 points off. I mean, Arsenal are the other ones. So I think that those top 5 probably will be the top 5 that will challenge for the top 4. And it probably will be top 5. They're talking about 5 teams going through. So I can't see it being anybody else but those 5 teams. But hey, guys, I'm going to just start to wind down. I've got 90 seconds to go. So give you that little reminder, that summary. City have beaten West Ham by 3-1, 1-0 down at half-time. Goal by Ward-Prowse. Poor defending from City. Haaland missed 2. I mean, one was a tap-in. Well, both were tap-ins. Doku had some excellent moments. He capped it off with fantastic goal at the start of the second half, where he just cut inside his man and put it into the corner very, very quickly. West Ham were dour. They worked hard. Areola made some decent saves. Edison made a cracking save as well. And we rounded the game off with Bernardo Silva, a nice little finish from him. And then he made a goal for Edison to lash home. City won 3-1. It looks probably a little bit easier than it was, but 3 points is 3 points. Let's finish off with Unapologetically Blue. Let's be honest, this Man City team has carried Jack Grealish for far too long, and Doku is a breath of fresh air. Absolutely. He was mint on the radio when I was listening. He was mint when I watched him for the, on my phone as much as I could. He was brilliant. And then I've seen some highlights since on Sky. He was cracking, absolutely cracking. Fun watch match of the day tonight. But there we go, guys. And repeat, anybody new to the channel, please subscribe, hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. Give us a thumbs up, guys. And we will see you around, Blues. Hopefully catch you tomorrow.